Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to resume Dream Daddies. Don't forget to like the video to help the channel grow and subscribe if you have not. So, where we left off last time, we were about to check out a waterfall, and I bet something pretty saucy happens. Because, you know, waterfalls. Craig and I venture into the woods. We amble along, taking our time to chat and admire the wildlife. Craig reaches out an arm and stops me.
Dude!
He kind of said it himself there. Does that look like what I think it looks like? I look over at where he's pointing. Oh my god, it does. That tree looks like a butt.
Nice.
I can't get over how detailed it is. I examine the butt tree further. The contour is perfect. It even has back dimples. I thought we were going to have a great time camping, but... Oh, I see what you did there. This makes it even better. Craig holds back a snicker.
Oh.
I aspire to have every hike be as good as this one. I'm snickering now too. Let us analyze this tree further. Craig and I share a huge belly laugh at our awful jokes. The best thing about this is that there's no daughters here to tell us jokes are bad. We high-five. Craig and I hit the trail again. It's been a long time since we've been out here, but everything seems more or less familiar. We point our old landmarks that we remember back from our college days. I think we're getting close now. Check it out. There's a clearing up ahead. As we get closer, we can hear water running. Cresting over a hill, Craig and I are greeted by a wide clearing surrounded by trees. In front of us is a beautiful waterfall, spilling into a large body of water that runs into a river. Mouths agape with the genuine beauty of the place. We go to investigate. The old waterfall.
Hey!
It's gorgeous. Nature is so rad. Peering further, we get an idea of how deep the pool is.
Oh.
Think we could jump off of it like the old days? Ha, this old dad is happy here on dry land.
Huh?
Looks like you could climb right up over there. We didn't even bring swimming trunks. What are you talking about? Craig immediately begins taking his clothes off. Wow, I mean... Oh, okay. Look at Craig's butt, obviously. I can't help but sneak a peek. That's a good butt. Craig turns around suddenly and catches me looking.
Oh.
I do a lot of glute workouts. Yay! I did a thing. I immediately turn away blushing. You coming or what? Oh, I don't know about this dude. He's already making his way over to the waterfall. By the time I finish my sentence, when he realizes I'm not behind him, he turns around and rolls his eyes. We lived together for years, and I've seen your ass more times than I can count. It's no big deal. You got it, Chief. I take my shirt off and drop in a pile in a pile with Craig's clothes. I put the rest of my clothes on the ground, feeling exposed. Craig and I climb to the top of the waterfall, making sure not to slip on any wet rocks. He reaches the peak before I do and offers me a hand getting up. At the top, we look over at the cliff and into the tiny lake. It seems so much higher up from this perspective. Craig has always been a daredevil. He pulled some stunts in college that I'm honestly still shocked he survived. I've always been the one standing on the sidelines, watching and hoping I wouldn't be bringing him home in a gurney. Man, this could be dangerous. Craig looks at me in the eyes. Don't think, just jump. Craig cannonballs off the waterfall into the lake, creating a huge splash. I'm worried for a moment before he finally resurfaces from under the water. Whoa. He treads water and looks up at me. You coming or what? Don't think, just jump. How are you supposed to not think? I'm pretty sure that's not physically possible. My toes grip the edge of the rocks. The water looks so far away. Don't think, just... I run off the edge, trying to do my best to cannonball somewhere in the middle. It turns into a really graceful belly flop. I hit the water with a loud slap. I resurface to find Craig giggling. I rate that belly flop a solid 8 out of 10. Your form was lacking, but your heart was in the right place. I playfully splash water at Craig. Are you sure about that? I splash him again.
Oh.
You've given me no choice. Craig splashes me in the face with a huge wave of water. You've awakened the beast. He launches another wave of water at me. Don't you put me in a corner here. Don't put a wild animal in the corner. Hammer fist. Dunk him. Squirt water at him with your hands. I clasp my hands together in the water and squirt a stream of water directly into Craig's face. A weak defense. Your water squirting is no match for the massive wave of water my finely toned biceps are about to send in your direction. Craig, please, I have a child. My pleas fall on deaf ears. He launches a volley of water in my direction, and in moments I am defeated. Craig, truce, please. Craig thinks about it. Yeah, sure. We handshake. There is peace. Man, that jump was such an adrenaline rush.
Oh.
Not so scary now, huh? I'll race you to the top. We run all the way up to the slick rocks and cannonball off the waterfall again. What a rush. Good form on that one. Want to go again? You know it, why not? With the same energy, we run into our youth. We climb back up to the top of the waterfall. I'm brave enough to try and flip, which I'm sure looks incredibly graceful as I belly flop into the water. Phew, man, that is fun. Got one more in you? I'll live for danger. It takes us a little more time, but we get to the waterfall and both do our best, running jumps into the water below. Alright, I think that's my limit. We should go get back before it gets too dark. You're right. We should probably head back. I just said alright. We go to put our clothes back on, and I notice they're soaking wet. Maybe the splash fight wasn't the best idea. It's okay, we'll get the fire going in no time. We can dry off and get some dinner going. Sopping wet, we hike back into the camp and unpack everything we need for dinner. Craig pulls a couple of steaks and some chopped potatoes in tin foil. You ready for a feast? Hey man, take a seat. This Craig train is pulling into the relaxation station, and I'm your conductor. Let me cook for you. Absolutely not. Cooking is the thing that relaxes me the most. I'll take it from here. Craig cooks now? I remember how his entire sophomore year diet consisted of microwavable mac and cheese, but not microwaved, and have trouble believing the things he just said. At least let me start the fire. Sure, let me grab my matches. Craig reaches into his backpack. He rummages around his bag, pulling things out and checking every pocket. Uh-oh.
Oh.
I know I packed it. Craig checks another bag and still can't find it. My stomach grumbles, and now I'm more actually aware of how cold and wet I am. We really need to get a fire started. Okay, well, it's not the end of the world.
I don't know.
Gosh, I'm so stupid. I could have sworn I packed it. I'm sorry, dude. Don't be, we can figure this out. We can start a fire. We're smart guys. I mean, how hard can it be? I've watched plenty of survival programs on TV. If a naked reality TV star can do it, so can we. We'll need some wood. I gestured to the trees around us.
Oh, man.
There's no shortage of that. And some tinder.
Oh.
We can make that work. And then I think some ancient aliens are supposed to come by and give us advanced technology, or renovate our house, depends on the show. Craig and I gather a variety of wood, bark, and moss until we have all the materials that could conceptually make a possible looking campfire.
Oh.
Just add fire, right? That's the fun part. The sun is just now starting to set, and a cool breeze rustles the leaves on the trees around us. We have to work quick. I've done this in the past, and I know I can figure it out. Just give me a second. Any way I can help? Give me some moral support. Lift my spirits and we'll make this fire happen. Go overboard with compliments. You're really giving that fire the business. You're an amazing, hard-working father with a steady working ethic, and everyone loves you. Your daughters think you're a superhero, and the neighborhood dads respect you immensely. Also, your butt looks great. Bro, stop. You'll make me cry. Okay, I don't want you putting tears on the fire. Eventually, Craig miraculously is able to get something going. He blows on the embers and gently places the glowing moss onto the base of the pit. Soon enough, we have a nice little fire going. Way to go, man. We're regular old outdoorsy fellas.
Oh.
Hooray for not dying. I take a seat in one of the lawn chairs Craig bought and cozy up to the fire, warming my hands. Relax, man. Take it easy. Let me handle the dinner. I watch as Craig strokes the fire and sets up a makeshift grill for steaks. After all that hiking and swimming and fire starting, I'm able to relax a bit. With the sound of crickling and the scent of steak filling the air, I actually feel pretty calm. Craig expertly sears 2 steaks in the pan he's been heating up on the fire, crackling thyme and crushing ginger up over while basting them both in butter. Whoa, I didn't know he was actually let me start it again. That was awful. It's late. Whoa, I didn't actually know he was good at cooking. The fanciest I ever saw him get in college was when he started sprinkling the seasoning packet onto dry ramen and eating it straight up. When did this happen? You used to eat cereal every morning with beer instead of milk.
Oh.
I grew up, I guess. I think these are just about ready. Craig puts the steaks onto a paper plate and sets them aside. I start to reach for one, but Craig smacks my hand away.
Oh.
Dude, let them rest. It'll be more flavorful that way. I patiently return to my seat, eyeing the steaks, a long leave from the distance. They smell incredible. Craig prepares a side salad for us in the meantime, sprinkling feta cheese onto freshly chopped greens. He plates it next to the generous pile of roasted potatoes covered in olive oil and rosemary. Once it's all ready, we sit down by the fire and dig in. Everything tastes okay? I'm in heaven.
Oh.
That's what I like to hear. Remember how for an entire semester we would eat burritos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? It's hard to not go back to that. Look at you now, man. You have kids, a great job, and now you cook like a vengeful wizard whose arch nemesis is microwavable food. I'm really impressed with how you've gotten your life together. Craig laughs, but there's no humor in it.
Oh.
I'm glad you think that. I glance at Craig while he picks at his salad. He really grew out of his baby face, but there's something about his expression that makes him seem so much older than he is. A sense of maturity he didn't have in college. He looks exhausted. You okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Come on, dude. I've known you for long enough to see when you're down.
I don't know.
I'm tired, bro. I just think being out here makes me realize just how drained I feel. You work really hard, Craig. It can't be easy.
Oh.
I have to, for my girls. I volunteer at their school. I cook healthy meals for them. I do everything I can to make sure they're safe and happy when they're with their mum. I'm always working overtime so I can support them. And then you work out a lot so you can crush anyone who stands in their way.
I don't know.
That, and I don't want to fall into my old habits. I need to set a good example for my girls. Everything I do is for them, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But it seems like bleeding you dry. That's what it takes to raise them well, then it's worth it. Craig, buddy, I know where you're coming from here, but you gotta take care of yourself too.
Hey!
I do though. I eat right and exercise, and That's not what I mean. You're a little too. You're too little butter on too much toast, you know.
Hey!
What? Dude, shut up. You're ruining it. You're spreading yourself too thin. Life needs balance. It's great that you care this much about your kids, but you can't neglect your own needs because you're too busy taking care of everyone else's. You matter
I don't
too.
know.
It's just, I know I can provide for my family, and it takes a step back and look at everything objectively. I know I'm doing right by them,
Huh.
but I can't explain it, man. There's always that voice in the back of my head telling me that I need to do more. It's like it's never enough for me. Even time I try and relax, I have voices telling me that I don't deserve it. To be honest, I feel even guilty about being out here. Craig, you're trying your best, and you're doing an amazing job. That's a fact, but even if you weren't, you'd still deserve happiness.
Hi.
Do I, though? Hell yeah, bro. I look at Craig and think about what a good friend and even better father he is. He's compassionate, he's hardworking, he's relentlessly positive, he encourages everybody to be the best version of themselves. He makes me want to be a better person. If you could only see yourself the way I see you.
Oh.
Craig beams. He gets up and walks over to his supplies.
Oh.
Come on, I brought dessert. Oh, are you going to use the campfire to torch the tops of the creme brulee?
Oh.
What? I know little to nothing about cooking. Craig pulls out marshmallows.
Hey!
Wow, you still had to make s'mores, right? I think the more important question is, do you know how to make s'mores? As I recall, you used to completely blanket the marshmallow.
Oh.
Oh, I stand by that. It's charred on the outside, but gooey center is preserved. Brutish. Craig throws a marshmallow at me, and I catch it in my mouth.
Oh.
Pro move. We used to be able to do that a giant distance. A great distance. And against the wind. Disadvantage. Give me a week of practice and I'll be competitive again. Apologize, guys. It is so late right now. Craig and I sit in the warm glow of the campfire watching embers float up towards the sky. And I think that is a good place to stop because I am so tired and I apologize for the shitty reading. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to be notified when the next episode is out. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.